Before the month is through, we wanted to bring attention to an extremely rare disease that affects mostly girls. We're talking about Rett syndrome. Joining us during Rett Syndrome Awareness Month is Stephanie Gives-Winckler, an educator and children's book author whose daughter Tiffany passed away from the disease. I want to thank you so much for joining us. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your daughter, Tiffany. She was 14 when she passed away.
Yes.
How many years ago was this?
That was about 10 and a half years ago.
10 and a half years ago. And the Rett syndrome is interesting because it's a change as the child is getting older, that they're losing their language, that they're losing their cognitive ability. How old was she when you noticed that something was different?
I would say between 6 and 18 months is the most significant time of when a child loses their gross and fine motor skills through Rett syndrome.
And so as she grew, though, what was caring for her like? What was going to school like for her?
Caring for her in the first, I would say in the first 7 years was quite easy. It was the breakdown of her neurological fine and gross motor skills that I saw first, then inability to walk, and she was fitted for a cast and all that. Taking care of her was quite easy at first. Getting her enrolled in school, I received a lot of support through the community of having her enrolled in school at Forest Lake Elementary. Her teachers were very knowledgeable, as when Tiffany entered into school, she had at least 3 other girls with Rett syndrome.
And is Rett syndrome, is it just a progressive disease, and the life expectancy?
The life expectancy of it, there is no age limit. So children could pass away at the age of 3. The oldest person that I have met at the time was at least 55.
Oh goodness. But you've started a foundation in your daughter's name, but you work with a larger organization to bring awareness to Rett syndrome, and we have an event to talk about, which I want to make sure that we get to. But the work that you've been doing, you're bringing awareness, and it is a very rare disease, but you are finding support in the community. Yes,
it is a rare disease. It's found predominantly in girls. It's rare in boys. 1 in 10,000 girls a day are born with Rett syndrome, and at this time, there's no known cure for that.
Yeah. And so the event that you're going to have this Saturday, this is a stroll-a-thon. So where is this happening and when?
The stroll-a-thon is in Columbia, South Carolina. I am the first and only person to bring the event into South Carolina. It is happening at the State House, again, October, the 29th Saturday from 11 to 1 o'clock. We will have a speaker, beauty queen, DJ. It's an all-around family event, which will out to fellowship, but bring awareness and still raising funding on behalf of the International Rett Syndrome Foundation.
That's wonderful. And you have a monetary goal of $6,000.
Yes. And at this time, at this time we're close to $3,000. So I would like to thank everyone in the community that worked with me with raising the money, such as Bluefin Restaurant in Columbia, South Carolina. We were doing karaoke night every Friday. So we've had a blast doing that.
Oh, that's great. So whatever your talent is behind the microphone, just make sure you get out and help raise some money. And if people can't come out to the stroll-a-thon, is there another place where they can go to where they can donate?
Yes, they can go to the link www.linktr.ee/Cure for Rett, South Carolina.
Perfect. We're going to put that up on our screen. I want to thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me and discussing Rett syndrome. It's so much to learn. Yes, it is a progressive disorder, rarely found in girls and boys, and I thank you again for having me.
It's our pleasure.
Out today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're back in 2 minutes.